Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Daily Dharma Gathering. It is February 7th, Saturday night, and I'm so glad to be here with all of you. It looks like people are actually really showing up on our Saturday nights, which is it's great to see. So please join me in welcoming Tripton Children, who is her full bio is right below my face. Please check out her work. We've got links to both the Abbey that she founded and her books and her website. And I'm so thrilled. I was just telling her I picked up one of her books the other day, and I'm diving in, and I'm really excited to have her here. So thank you so much for being with us, and please address us.
Okay, thank you very much. Quite happy to be here. So I always like to start things out with a little bit of a motivation. So if we could just kind of lower your eyes for a minute, come to your breath. And then let's think about why are we here? Why did we choose to do this at this particular time? What was our natural motivation or spontaneous motivation for deciding to do this, spend this 30 minutes together? And then whatever that motivation was, let's try and enlarge it and expand it so that it includes many sentient beings and it goes for a long time. So let's think that we will listen and share together this evening so that we can learn how to identify our faults and also to learn how to remedy them, how to counteract them using the methods that the Buddha taught. And let's do this not simply for our own happiness, but realizing that we live in an interdependent world and that what we think and say and do affects all other living beings in one way or another. Then let's have the motivation to learn and develop our mind so that we can be of greater and greater benefit to all living beings. Even being able to attain high levels of the spiritual path, not simply for ourselves, but really for the benefit of each and every living being. And so with that kind of motivation, then let's share together and meditate together this evening. Okay. So I thought to have the meditation this evening on jealousy and on its antidote, rejoicing. So this is a very uncomfortable topic. But you know, Dharma needs to be uncomfortable to our ego, because if it isn't, then we're not going to change. Yeah. And so jealousy is a very unpleasant emotion when it arises in our mind. It's an attitude, an emotion, a mental state that cannot bear to see the good qualities or the success or the good opportunities of others. Yeah. So although we often say, may all sentient beings have happiness and its causes, may the world live in peace, May everybody be happy and well, except this one who got promoted when I should have. That one who stole my boyfriend. That one who gets more attention from the Dharma teacher than I get. That one who my parents favor instead of me. And on and on and on. Somebody who has more money, who's better looking, who's more athletic. You name whatever quality it is, we can get jealous about it. And then we just sit inside and then think of how can I destroy that other person's happiness? Because I should have the happiness, not them, right? Because I'm most important in the world and I deserve all the happiness, not that person. Okay? So that mental state is incredibly painful, and it really puts us at odds with other people, doesn't it? Yeah, even you go into work, if you're jealous of somebody, you can't look at that person. Our speech gets contorted. Yeah. If we go to a family dinner, whoa, jealousy can really come there. Who knows? So it's something to really deal with. Now, the antidote to jealousy is rejoicing, which is about the last thing we want to do when we're jealous, which is exactly why it's the antidote to jealousy. Okay? Because when you have a negative emotion, the antidote has to be the opposite. So jealousy wants to deprive somebody of their happiness and take it for ourselves. Rejoicing wants to feel happy and share in somebody else's happiness, to rejoice that somebody has this opportunity, that they have the money or the looks or the attention or whatever it is. Yeah. And so to transform our mind, which is unhappy about others' success and good qualities, into a mind that is happy about their success and their good qualities. And that mind does not want to compete with them. Yeah. So it's not, oh, I rejoice that you have this, but I'm going to get it next time. I'm going to do better than you next time. I'm glad you have it now, but I'm going to get you. Not like that, but really sincerely rejoicing. Yeah, and sharing that happiness. And they say that this is the lazy person's way to create a lot of merit and good karma. Because if you rejoice at somebody's virtuous qualities, yeah, then you create the same merit that they do. Yeah, of course, if you rejoice at their non-virtuous qualities, then, you're digging yourself into a hole there. Yeah. But, it's an excellent kind of meditation to do. Even when you're sick, yeah, you can just lie in bed and rejoice at the goodness and wholesome activities and success and Dharma well-being and all these kinds of things of all sorts of various people. So if you really practice rejoicing well, your mind can be very happy and content with yourself without having to compete and get one up on somebody else. So it really helps us develop self-acceptance as well. Okay, so let's try some rejoicing. So during the meditation, lower your eyes. You don't look at the camera and the screen then. Come back to your back breath. Let the mind settle. And then begin with thinking of somebody that you're jealous of. Imagine that person and take a minute or two to really be clear in your mind what it is that you're jealous of. Yeah. What is their happiness or opportunities or success that you can't bear? It's just take a minute or two and research this in your own mind. And then go through one by one the different things that you're jealous about regarding that one person. And with each one of them, really say to yourself, I'm so happy that that person has that quality. Or I'm so happy that they have that opportunity. Or how wonderful that they are successful or virtuous or whatever it is. So have a few minutes of silence and, really think one by one of the different things that you're jealous of regarding that person. And with each one, try and think and feel happiness that that person has that opportunity. Don't let your mind get into the story about how they have it and it's unfair. Stop that story and just think how wonderful it is, how happy they must be, how good it is for the world, how others benefit from whatever quality or opportunity they have. Let's do that right now. If your mind starts picking faults with the other person, saying, yes, I'm happy, but they also do X, Y, and Z. Shift your mind away from that disturbing thought And tell yourself, but I'm just thinking right now about the benefit of that and how wonderful it is that they have that quality or whatever it is. And so explain it to yourself why that's wonderful. And really let your mind be happy. If your mind starts to compete with the other person, saying, yes, they have that, but I do this and that better. Again, shift your mind away from that kind of thought and just focus on the goodness of what that person is doing and feel happy about it. And then also consider the suffering of the person that you're jealous of. How sometimes the very thing that you're jealous about that you wish you had, in addition to them benefiting from it, it also brings them certain problems and there are certain disadvantages. And also in other areas of their life, this person certainly has some suffering and difficulties. So also see that person as another person who's just like you, stuck in cyclic existence, wanting to be happy, not wanting to suffer. And also cultivate some compassion for them and a real wish that they be free from all the difficulties of cyclic existence. Even though they've been successful in it, still they're exposed to all the difficulties and problems in cyclic existence. So with a compassionate mind, wish them to be free of those. Okay. So if you have any questions, this is a good time to ask them.
So, my friends, I think many of you are familiar with this process, but for anyone new, what we'd like to ask is that you drop your questions or your comments, your reflections on the practice in the comment box directly below this video, and we'll be patient and see what comes up. And I will read the questions and comments and reflections out loud. So please feel free to share. And I just want to say thank you so much for that lovely practice and an important topic that I actually don't feel gets covered very much. So it's so wonderful to have you with us and to have you address that.
Thank you. There's a lot more actually to go into in the practice. You really start looking at the jealousy, so much more comes up to really examine and to clear out in our own minds. I'll just say another little point here while we're waiting. When I was doing the meditation and thinking about it, one person I was jealous of, then I was thinking, okay, this person has, this, that, and the other thing that, gee, I should have too. And then I thought, and they're going to die sometime. And when they die, they're going to have to separate from all of that. they can't take any of it with them. Zero, nothing, you know? And if they accumulated any negativity in getting, that thing that I was jealous of, what they're going to have to experience then is the result of that negativity in the future life, because everything of this life that we built up is gone, you know? And I was thinking it could be actually rather painful sometimes when you're really successful, you're on top of things, you're a big fish in the small pond, that then aging and dying can be very difficult because you have to give up so much. It becomes very painful because if you created this whole identity on, oh, I am this person who does this and has that and is this and gets that, and because all these things are impermanent as they disappear as you age and when you're dying, then your whole identity gets very, very shaky.
Yeah.
It's a lot of suffering there.
Thank you for that. I agree. That's such an interesting reflection. Sandy has a very juicy question for you. Sandy asked, are there ever circumstances when wishing others well is not appropriate? Is anything unforgivable?
Well, I wouldn't rejoice when people do harmful actions. Yeah, because that's no good rejoicing when people, say or do things that are harmful. But things in terms of being unforgivable, I think that forgiving other people is something that benefits us much more than it benefits them. Because when we don't forgive, we're holding on to this grudge and it torments us. Yeah? Whereas forgiving just releases our anger. And to forgive somebody, it doesn't mean that what they said or did was okay. We can say, no, that was a harmful thing. But when we forgive, we're saying, I'm going to stop being angry about it because my anger doesn't do me or them any good.
Thank you so much for that, for answering that question. We have a comment and two other questions I'm going to try and see if we can work our way through. Sherry says, thank you so much. I now realize that my jealousy has been the problem in a relationship, and I know what I need to work on and how to do it. Wonderful.
Good.
And Kathleen says, thank you so much. That was very powerful. I actually started to feel compassion for someone I am very jealous of. Is there anywhere I can find out more about this practice? Do you write about it anywhere?
I think in Open Heart, Clear Mind, I had something about jealousy. Yeah, I think there's something in Open Heart, Clear Mind. And also, just in general, kind of developing compassion and a positive attitude. The new book that is just coming out called An Open-Hearted Life. That one I think could be very helpful too.
That's lovely. Thank you for that. And thank you for writing these books so we can continue to study even if you are not physically entering our home by a computer. Mary has our final question tonight. Mary says, it's a comment. Thank you so much for this. It is exactly what I needed, as I've been finding myself experiencing bitterness over someone else's success. This has helped me see how this person has opened the door for my own work in the near future. Namaste.
Very much. Very good. Very good. Sometimes it's the person we find most difficult who helps us the most because that person challenges us to grow. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being with us today and offering these teachings on this really juicy topic. I mean, I'm loving these questions and comments, and it's clearly so helpful for everyone. Mm-hmm. For everyone who is watching live or watching the recording, it's so lovely to have you with us. Please check out the Facebook group for continued discussion on this topic. And the link for that is directly on this page. If you would like to invite other people into this gathering, please share the link that's also right below that. And tomorrow we have Crystal Gandrew back with us with I Think, Therefore I Am. So that should be fun. Thank you so much. And
Can we do a short dedication?
please do.
Okay. So let's sit and just rejoice that we spent a half an hour doing something that's very positive, that we spent a half an hour putting our mind in a good direction, and rejoice at the good energy we created, that everybody who's meditating together with us created. And let's even rejoice at all the goodness in the world today, all the people who helped other people or who helped animals. So just let your heart fill with this kind of rejoicing at the goodness. And then let's share all that good energy, that positive potential. Let's share it with all living beings. You can even imagine it as like a light at your heart that radiates out and touches all living beings and pacifies their mind and fills them with satisfaction and fulfillment. Okay, thank you very much.